Okay, looks like we are streaming. Fan-fucking-tastic. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. We're just gonna jump right in today. I'm your host, my bud tender Rod. Thanks for joining us on this late night escapade. Come across recently this walk away campaign. Bunch of liberal people leaving the liberal side of the spectrum, going conservative. I don't fucking know. Be honest, like a lot of people growing up, I was a Democrat, you know, because my fucking parents were Democrats. And then this funny little thing happened, the 2000 election, and I watched the Republican Party steal the election and then ride with it for 8 fucking years. And then in that time, I started learning more about politics and politicians, what it really takes to get into office. And it occurred to me that all this time, I was fighting over 2 puppets held by the same master. Cash. Now I came to that conclusion somewhere around 2002, early, when I started seeing all of this conspiracy stuff about the World Trade Centers being an inside job. I don't know. I mean, probably. I wouldn't put it past them. About that time, I started getting a little more cynical. Started feeling like maybe this whole 2-party charade was just a charade, you know? Now, I wasn't old enough to vote until 2004, but when that time came, I saw quite clearly that it was just a game. It was a soap opera. It was some of the earliest versions of reality television. Very fucking expensive. And I had noticed that in the aftermath of the Bush election, the first time, when he stole it the first time in 2000, that while we were at war perennially and millions, thousands and thousands of Iraqis were dying all the time and getting very close to 1 million as we came to the end of that tenure, that the Democrats didn't do shit. They didn't stop the war. They didn't impeach the president for starting a war, you know, without the UN's approval. They just kept collecting their fucking cash and their votes and going about their fucking lives. And I noticed that mine wasn't any different. Then when Obama came into power, I just saw him as a scapegoat and a vaccine. You know, he was so that the American kleptocrats could say, we're not fucking racist, what are you talking about? Yeah, we're happy to put a black guy in power as long as he follows what we tell him to do. And Obama was the same. He was just more articulate, more charming, a little more clever, knew when to not say shit. You know, like mission accomplished. Or grab him by the pussy. You know, he's a little bit more dignified. But he also dropped 63,000 bombs on fucking brown people. 2016? 2015? Like, how the fuck are you gonna salute a guy like that? Come on. We know drone strikes are hella inaccurate. And fucking, yeah, you'll target the guy you're going after, but you'll also kill his entire wedding party. How you gonna fucking salute that shit? They're all the same. Doesn't fucking matter which one it is. They're all the same. So I walked the fuck away, man, from all of it. I left the Democratic ideology. I left the conservative ideology. Now, a lot of times, people think that I'm conservative. And I get that. I hold some conservative views, that's true. But I hold some hella liberal views too. You know, like freedom of weed and psychedelics. I think drugs should be legal. I don't give a fuck if Steve and Steve want to fucking suck each other off on their wedding night. That doesn't bother me one bit. Don't give a shit. On the other hand, I'm also against abortion, but not because they're killing babies. I don't give a shit about the babies. It denies men their right to legacy. This is not about equal rights. It's definitely a special interest argument. Can't deny it. You know, it is what it is. It's the way it is. The shit's legal. And I'm not even saying that it shouldn't be legal. I'm just saying it's not right. It's not equal. You know? The argument is always, well, my body. Well, my body. Well, my body. Look, bitch, if you want to have the baby, you can show up at my house with the county court order and a sheriff and demand a monthly stipend from my ass that if I don't provide, I can go to fucking jail. My future and finances. My future and finances. My future and finances. Oh, you don't give a fuck? You know? So, like, it's got nothing to do with equal rights. It's a special interest issue, specifically for women and their reproductive rights. Well, what about my fucking reproductive rights? I want to have a baby, bitch, and you can fucking kill it, and not a thing I can do about it. No big deal. It doesn't make a difference. And I'm not, maybe I'm a Malthusian fuck, but when I'm looking at the numbers, I'm genuinely not too concerned about overall population being affected by abortion. If you want to fucking, you know, have an abortion, I guess, and the dude involved in the production of that baby doesn't give a fuck, it's none of my business. Have at it. Go for it. It's not, I'm not the one who has to fucking sleep at night or dream at night or talk to God at the end of my life. I mean, it's none of my business. I respect the fact that I never get to have one. But that's not your standard conservative view on abortion, you know? Frankly, in my opinion, it's a little bit more well thought out. Just maybe I'm a dick and arrogant, but that's just what I think. I think that if you can raise a family with two parents, it's better. Now, the world is full of alpha bitches and beta cuck males that can produce perfectly happy, stable children. So there's no reason why you couldn't have, you know, a somewhat more effeminate man and a more masculine man raise a baby just fine. Baby just needs somebody that's nurturing and kind and somebody that's also stern and can show them how to be a fucking decent man. Be a man. Whether they're a woman or a man doesn't matter. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they need to have that fucking vision. They need to know what they're looking for. There needs to be an example set. You don't get that from just one parent. I'm the child of a single mother. And she did a fucking amazing job. I feel like I'm a great person. But I also feel like there's definitely elements of having a stable, consistent male role model in my life that I definitely missed out on. And I've had to learn and fumble as I've grown to become a man, you know, on my own. I've had to fucking figure out what that means. So, I think I can speak with a little bit of fucking experience on the issue. I don't give a shit if people go to church, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a fuck at all. If you want to go to church, don't go to church. I think church is ludicrous. I think church is a scam. I think any God that needs you to enter a special building to show your appreciation or to receive guidance from an omnipotent, omnipresent, trans-physical being is a scam, dude. It's a farce. You don't gotta go to a fucking fancy building. Hang out with your neighbors, be decent human beings, and if y'all get down on being like, yo, God, thanks, dude, then fucking be like, yo, God, thanks, dude. It's not hard. Like I said, I'm not a liberal or a conservative. I don't buy into this two parties, two options bullshit. I'm an educated human being with the capacity of critical thinking. Are you? You know? And I recognize the fact that there are serious issues in impoverished America. If you go to rural, that's a hard word to say for some reason. Rural, if you go to rural America, you're gonna find a bunch of toothless, drug-addled meth addicts with no fucking job, living on welfare, stealing fucking copper out of houses, just being complete and total, well, in their parlance, you know, they're just fucking pieces of shit, white trash, you know? They're exactly what the racists could think of when they think of black people in low income, impoverished, inner city black neighborhoods. People in poverty do the same shit. Doesn't matter what color you are. Doesn't matter what fucking religion you had. If you're broke as fuck and all you have around you is drugs and crime, and all of your heroes promote drugs and crime, you're gonna have drugs and crime. You know, that's fucking poverty. That's poverty. And this isn't new, by the way. In case anybody forgot, the Empire of England conquered most of China with opium. Like, this ain't a new fucking game. It's an old game. We the people just finally now have access to consistent flow of information in history where we can actually go like, oh, I see a pattern here. I think racism is an inexcusable philosophy to have. I don't think that you can, in the age of 2020, provide me with a flowchart of logic that justifies having a racist belief. You just can't. You can have willful ignorance. You can hold a racist belief whilst knowing that there is absolutely no logical reason for you holding that belief. You can participate in willful ignorance. That's true. But you can't provide a logical argument for a racist belief. You just can't. We know, you know, that having a different genetic code in the area of pigmentation does not affect your personality or psyche. You know? It just don't. Now we do know that repetitive, repetitious bullshit fed at you, and then what's the word I'm looking for? Reaffirmed by your peers can cause serious problems with your behavior. You know, and that goes both ways. Obviously, I know you're just assuming that I'm racist and talking about gangs, but I was actually thinking about Antifa. You know, you keep being told enough lies and enough fucking shit, and have enough people tell you around you, yeah, that's true. That's fucking absolutely. Of course. You know, next thing you know, you're out throwing fucking Molotov cocktails at Starbucks. You know, groupthink and group mentality, that whole psychological study, that subsection of psychology, it's at work, folks. It is at play. And when I see people on Twitter going, stupid liberals, and I see people on Twitter going, dumb redneck Republican, I think to myself, poor brainwashed Americans. When are you fucking people gonna wake up and realize you're being played? They have you at each other's throats whilst they loot the country, and in fucking still a state of police state. That's where we're at. State of Nevada is requiring people to wear masks around town. I mean, I wear the mask. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a quote-unquote anti-masker. I love it. We add anti and ER to fucking anything. I'm an anti-jacker. Yeah, I'm against jacking off. Fuck you, jacker. You fucking crazy jacker. Anyway, I digress. You know, I'm not an anti-masker. You know what I'm saying? I think if we wear the masks, you know, and this COVID thing turns out to just be some kind of evil hoax perpetrated by the Lex Luthors of the world, and we stay alive long enough to fucking conquer those people, I'm okay with that. I'm okay looking back in history and going, man, I got fucking duped for 4 months on that COVID thing. Boy, I feel dumb. And the reason I'm okay with that is because if it's not some kind of fucking goofy hoax, and it's like by chance totally fucking real, I would rather fucking, you know, protect myself and my family and my friends, the people that I know and love, than not. But that's the liberal side of me. On the other side, I absolutely, just like all of the fucking Republican friends and family of mine, see it as the new American hijab. It is. It absolutely is. It's a symbol of compliance. Do what I say or else. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't do it, but let's respect it for what it is. Let's just be real. It's a symbol of compliance. This says, I'm complying with the status quo. I'm doing my part like everybody else. The mask is the physical fucking rainbow on your profile picture. The difference is this rainbow on your profile picture might help keep people alive. So what's the big deal? Again, see, I'm not liberal. I'm not conservative. I'm above that dumb shit. And you should be too, because you're smart enough. You're good enough. And gosh darn it, people like you. No? Nobody else remembers that shit? Fuck. So I recommend we all walk away. Whatever party you're in right now, just walk away. You know, I think if 370 million votes didn't happen, you know, then that might be a bigger statement, you know. And just in case anybody is curious, you fucking mark my words, this walk away shit ain't no joke. Trump is going to win. He's going to win the second time. He's definitely going to win. And the Democrats are going to be the ones that try to instill martial law and a revote. You watch. Fucking watch. Watch. That shit is going to happen. Now, I say that respectably, recognizing the fact, oh my god, that apricot is so fucking tasty smelling. You guys gotta see that. I got a medical friend who grew a little bit more than they're allowed to have, so they just hooked me up, and holy fuck. God damn. Medicine is so good. Anyway. Where was I going with this? I got distracted by weed, folks. Sorry. I'm a very serious news analyst, but I also smoke a lot of fucking pot. What do you want? Does that taint my credibility? You're dumb then. I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, who gives a fuck? It's 2020. Smart people get high. Get over yourselves. Oh, fuck. Trump's gonna win the second round. That's what I was saying. Trump is definitely gonna win the second round. You got all of these people that are currently walking away from the liberal Democratic Party because mostly, I'm gonna guess, I've got to spend more time watching some of these videos. Admittedly, I didn't do any research on that part of that. I just took advantage of the hashtag walk away part because I want someone to watch this. And to be fair, it is a walk away story. I just walked away 20 years ago, roughly, when I realized it was all bullshit, you know? And I was like, why the fuck would I continue to participate in a silly game? That's what I was saying. Nobody show up. Nobody vote. Just nobody show up and vote. Let it be obvious to everyone that it was a fucking hoax. That the whole thing's just a game. And that none of it fucking matters. And then, I don't know. I mean, I hate to say using Facebook because they're fucking, you know, essentially the establishment. They're essentially the digital domestic arm of our intelligence service, just in the guise of a private, publicly traded corporation. Anyway, you know, if we just didn't show up and we all voted, you know, on our own, let's do something outside the fucking realm of modern politics. Let's have a fucking 1-to-1, one vote, one person, no stupid fucking, what do you call them, electoral colleges or delegates or any of that stupid shit. You know, we started over. We put everything else on fucking pause, right? So why not this? Let the establishment do what they fucking want to do. We'll create our own currency, stop accepting theirs, and just go. You know, honestly, all of this is voluntary. We all participate in this society as a voluntary fucking experience. None of this is mandated. None of this is fucking by law of physics or nature. This is all voluntary. We choose to play this game. We can choose to stop playing this game. 100%. It's just a choice between love and fear. For real. Just stop playing. The game is fucking rigged. It's silly. Vote for your mayor. Vote for your sheriff. If you're in a city like Chicago, vote for your alderman. You know, take care of your neighborhoods. Tell these governors that they need to fuck off. We're replacing them with an internal democratic vote amongst our aldermans and our mayors. You know? Well, let's simplify. We'll just make it mayors, right? Cities head officials. Head officials of cities. There you go. So even if you're not big enough for a mayor, whoever fucking is in charge, they're the one with the vote on what we do for gubernatorial fucking decision making. You know, fuck, we don't need a governor. Get rid of these fucking people. They're all on the federal payroll. They all play the fucking games that they're supposed to play. And the ones that don't, well, they get ostracized. They get called out. I mean, look at the North Vegas mayor. That lady basically said, holy shit, I'm looking at all of the people in my town going broke right now. We need to do something different. And people were like, this bitch wants to kill grandma, get her the fuck out of here. I mean, I've never been supportive of the shutdowns. The shutdown is a terrifying fucking play on the American people and the world. We're gonna see the world economy collapse from this. Talking fucking wheelbarrows of money and no loaves of bread. Fuck. Shit hasn't even begun to hit the fan yet, folks. So, we have an option though. We can fucking stop participating in the bullshit game. And we can start doing our own. Start our own game. Now, to be fair, there's currently this COVID thing floating around that, I mean, whether it's conspiracy or not, honestly seems to be fucking pretty real. Like, it seems to be, people are catching it, they're getting sick, they're fucking, you know, they're having fucking issues. You know, like, I don't know, man, I think maybe they've taken advantage of it. But people are definitely having some issues. Anyway, I guess my point is walk away, folks. Walk away from the bullshit. Join me on the rim of the canyon of concern. Let's look down into this canyon, this game, this fucking thing that's happening, and decide how we want to play. Because right now, we're letting other people play. And we just going for the motions. We just rolling through it. We just doing our best to keep it fucking float. It's not going to last much longer. So, let's figure something out, right? Start talking to your communities, talking to your neighbors, getting to know the people around you. Build support networks. Find a way to fucking come together and rise above all the fucking bullshit. Because otherwise we will be in 1984. That shit's coming. The telescreens are already here. Watch your YouTube feed. When you're scrolling down on the suggested, and you click off the little X for the LGBT fucking scroll bar, or the Black Lives Matter scroll bar, you can bet your bones that's being taken tally of. The social engineers are in control. So we have to recognize that and develop ourselves as the game masters. That's all I'm saying, you know. We out here playing D&D and shit. We gotta get control of the dungeon. Anyway, I'm gonna stop this stream here, and I'll probably start another one if you're watching live. We'll come back here in a few minutes, but I want to end this segment on this political shit here, and then we'll smoke this blunt. And I'll talk about something else. Shit. I gotta remember to do this though. Gotta remember to end the stream with a minute of this. Why? Because it's fucking dope, and I'm proud of it. I made it. Esque. I mean, obviously the guy holding the face, I stole that off the internet somewhere. Yep, sure did. Not sure where. But I mean, like, I still made it look all dope and cool on here, so I like how it looks. Pretty proud of it. Anyway, this was Smoke to Think On, folks. I hope you had a nice watch or whatever. I don't know. I got all worked up. Now I'm just bored. So just walk away.